여러분.
This is how we do when my homies go.
You're listening to Gecko Radio, Jeju Morning Alternative. Good morning, Jeju. Good morning, GEC, and good morning to you guys. How you guys doing today? I'm your host, Mark Wilson-Che, coming to you live from the Global Education City, also known as the GEC. And yeah, how are you doing? What is today's Wednesday? I was gonna ask. Yeah, happy Hump Day. How is your Wednesday going? Let me ask you, are you guys good at controlling yourselves at a buffet? A buffet, how are you? A buffet? Okay, how would you guys call that? We went to one yesterday, and we're gonna feature it on next Monday on Jeju Govt because it's actually a really humble, amazing Korean food buffet. So we are going to talk about that next week. What do you guys look for in the Korean buffet? In the script it says mine is japchae. It's not japchae. I look for the meat. I go for the meat immediately, okay? So what do you guys go for? Actually, I have a process. This is my process when I go to a buffet. First is my first plate is kind of like my sampler plate, right? This is where I just decide what I try a little bit of everything, right, in the buffet. And then that's where it's kind of almost like pie chart style. And then the second plate is the plate where it's the stuff that I like, right? And then if I'm feeling super fatty, I get a third plate. Or a dessert plate. So I'm just curious, what do you guys look for when you go to a buffet? And also, what is your buffet method? Do you skip the salads like you're supposed to? Or do you start filling up on salads like a fool? Okay. Okay. Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing today? Sherry's back. Yo, what's up, Sherry? Good to see you. We missed you, man. We missed you. Good to see you. So glad to have you, Sherry. All right, yeah, Sherry, what is your buffet method? Yeah, what is your buffet attack pattern, okay? All right, show rundown today. First, we're going to talk about weather, of course. Then it is question of the day, Jeju morning news briefing, what's going down in the GEC, and then finally our Wednesday segment, Jeju Gems. Today, we will wrap things up with Jeju Word of the Day, where we learn a word or expression from the Jeju language. Okay, you guys, it's good to have you with us if you're joining us this morning. Let's start things off because, we're waiting for the sun to come up, and this is called He, or Sun, by Syntapunk. You're listening to the GEC's very own Gecko Radio, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Jeju Morning Alternative. That's right, Monday through Friday, Jeju Morning Alternative. I am your host, Marcos and Che. I asked you guys earlier in the very beginning, we went to a buffet. No, I grew up saying buffet, okay? But then I've been living in Korea for almost 20 years, so now I pronounce it buffet because that's how Koreans pronounce buffet. So it's buffet, right? Or I mean, I grew up that way. So don't worry, Sherry. Don't worry. Okay. So I asked you guys, what is your method of going to a buffet? A buffet. What do you do? Like I said, do you skip the salads like you're supposed to? Or let's see. Sherry says she hasn't been to one in a long time. Do I even remember how I go about it? Well, I take a minute to be overwhelmed by all the choices. Then I think that's the thing that I not to knock you, Sherry, but I think you can't go in with a wide peripheral. I think you need to focus, right? When you go to a buffet, you go from plate to, you don't even, there was a stand-up comedian, they're just like, and he was a large man. And he's like, when you go to a buffet, you skinny people really tick me off. You just go, I think he's like, you don't do that. You just go next, go next, go next. Like you don't even put you don't even think about it, right? Yes. They're talking about the chases. Sherry just hits up the food. The foods that probably won't irritate my bland Midwest tummy. So basic chicken and potatoes it is. Well, then why are you going to a buffet, Sherry? If you're just gonna have chicken potato, no, I'm just knocking you. I'm just teasing you. Yes, hey, I'm not gonna yuck your yum. You guys do your own buffet the way you want it. I'll be honest with you. One buffet that I super miss that they just don't have anymore because they're not around is Pizza Hut. I grew up, we grew up, us millennials, we grew up in the Pizza Hut era, right? Ninja Turtles, the Pizza Hut where you go in and it's kind of dark. I always like the lamps and the lighting in the Pizza Hut, but they have their lunch buffet. That's all you eat, the lunch buffet, and that's where they serve just unlimited pizza. I used to work on a farm, so we would work on the farm and just like out in the crazy heat all day, and you go to the lunch buffet. It was like the perfect like end of the day meal, you know what I mean? Lunch buffet. I miss that. Pizza Hut. Okay, I'm going on a lunch buffet tangent here. Good morning, random Asian guy Ben is back. Yo, Ben, I wanted to show you something. Ben, check it out. Here it is. Boop, here I am. There's me at the Jeju Foreign Language High School. We kind of look like the three little bears. I'm in the middle. I guess that makes me Mama Bear. I don't know. Do you recognize that there was the president to my to your left, and then the vice president to my right? So there you go. Do you recognize them? That was a couple years ago. Yeah. So there you go. Good morning, Ben. Good to see you, buddy. Yes. Ben's talking about, with the red roof and stuff, even the red cups for Pizza Hut. Yes. We're talking about what is your attack method for going to a buffet. All right. Let's focus here because I'm going off track here. All right, it is Wednesday, August 12th, and this is episode 78, and the GC is definitely starting to feel alive again. Yup, it sure is. And come with that alive feeling comes the traffic with all the parents going to and from the GC. Hey, I'm not knocking the traffic. It just gets really congested. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking the parents at all. Some of those roads are really narrow, and then the mothers, they drive these really big cars, but then I have a big car, so then we're both kind of stuck, right? Lots of students, teachers, and parents are heading back. Backpacks are out. Coffee is being consumed at copious amounts of, at dangerous speeds. And summer vacation is suddenly starting to feel very, very distant. So whether you're heading to school, getting ready for work, packing a lunch, dropping off the kids, or just trying to remember what your normal morning routine used to be. Yes, I know. Yep, for sure. Good morning. We're glad to have you back with us. If you're just joining us, we got your Jeju weather, we got the local headlines, we got the GEC updates, we got food, culture, events, and all the random little things around Jeju that are worth knowing about, or at least what we think are worth knowing about. I'm Mark. How you guys doing? How you guys doing, everybody? I'm the DJ. I'm kind of the writer, but not the head writer. I do a little bit of marketing. I do a lot of the Instagram, which you can follow right here at Gecko Radio Jeju, but also make sure to follow our amazing writer at Jeju Jade, who's super duper amazing, who makes these awesome scripts for us, and she finds all the stories. Okay, so yes. All right, you guys. Oh man, now just looking at the chat, just like Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at the chat, just making me sad that the the Pizza Hut Pizza Hut in general just isn't around. Ah, man, those were simpler times, weren't they? Did you get the personal pan pizza when you were like a little kid, the little 4 slicer? That was always fun. Yeah, I really miss Pizza Hut. Okay. Enough being sad about Pizza Hut. It is time for the question of the day. It's the get-go question of the day. It's the get-go question of the day. Question of the day. It's the get-go question of the day. Yeah. Okay, it's the get-go question of the day. Hello, Chrissy. Hi, Chrissy XOXO8388. Good to see ya. Welcome back. We're doing the get-go question of the day here. This one has to do with the term drone. Okay, it's really simple, all right? From which animal did the term drone originate from? Very simple, okay, guys? Which animal did the term drone? Drone now is pretty much a household term. Not so much, I would say maybe 10, 15 years ago, but now we're all talking about it, and I got one. Speaking of literal household, I got one. I got mine right here. Here's my drone. I got it. I haven't used it in a while, but there's my lovely drone there. So yes, I'm just asking, which animal did the term drone come from? Or is it A, spider, B, bat, C, honeybee, or C or D, sheep? Just go ahead and type the word. Please type the word into the chat. That just makes it easier for me to like just to remember, because then if you just put in the letter, I'm just like, oh, A is this. You know, I have a little short-term monkey brain here, so just help me out here. All right, so again, from which animal did the term drone come from? Is it spider, bat, honeybee, or sheep? Okay. I'm gonna put that question of the day into the chat, and then we're gonna do our next song, which is by our one of our pillar bands, Westealoranges. This is gging.
Talk about me can't sleep. I pass a lot of money, don't walk on and the break up, 손에 뻗은 뒤다 털어. 난 입을 씹어버리니까. 난 입을 씹어버리니까. 난 입을 씹어버리니까.
I don't give a 미안 똑같은 너네 것만 만들어서 또 폼만 잡지도 없어 Hi haters 눈치껏 보고 챙겨 네같이 푸는 시간에 우리 배워둔 총 danger 뒤에서 내가 삐끗하길 바래 얘다 물어듯이 가끔 삐끗같이 타내 망하길 바래 내가 wonder 원래 벌레들이 고인데도 빛이 날때 손에 한입 배워본 사관 언제나 너가 날 씹어올 때를 기억해 나 여길 묻고 나서 답을 바라지도 않아 뜻이 너만 하겠냐면 욕해라 네 존재가 Hey 너의 몸에 뱉다 빼는 향수 같아 수빌 넘너 드러난 마녀 사냥 타겟 비바도 매우 날 때 여전히 위조를 타겟 내 작품들이 속셈이라면 또 부말해
Talk about me can't sleep. 앞에서 말 한마디도 못 꺼내지 I'm gonna break up, 손을 뻗은 뒤다 털어. 난 입을
씹어버리니까
난 입을 씹어버리니까. 난 입을 씹어버리니까.
I really wanna know who's the enemies. 저거는 넌 아니 한입거리지. 키스 빼빼다고 마 요새 한 박자 우리 피리 부른 사람들이 다 따라. We try 그 감소다 있으면서 밑간 소리 물론 This is a metaphor. Hey you're ready nobody 진짜 배기 삐딱 써니 제 어때 너 고개 끄덕여 I pay for a dream I pray for this scene 우리 각자 그 마이크 잡고 거꾸로 변해진 같은 무대 위 서울 밖에 어느 팀 WD's 주에게 디스크 멀리지 다 떨어지고 너 말고 너의 시선 우리 air defense feel like Christmas season 눈이 내리면 비로소 우리 계절이니까 뽀뽀 아니면 With my homies that bars 노질껏 가져왔죠 Without wisdom no there's a piece of 약을 바로
Talk about me can't sleep.
the kkang.
What's the weather like in Jeju? We're gonna tell you what to do if it's sunny or rainy or calling typhoons. What's the weather like in Jeju?
All right, welcome back. We're going to get into the weather, but I love how people are answering the question of the day. All right. Yes, Sherry's talking about I Just Climbed Up. I don't know that song. It's a song that was blown up again because of TikTok as part of a late 90s, early 2000 country music fame, but now a younger girl redid it. That's how social media, it keeps coming back. You know what I mean? That's what I like about, that's what Gecko Radio is all about. A lot of the songs, the genres that we play are kind of the stuff that we grew up with as we were kids. I say me, some of us are much younger in the chat, actually. So yes, I have to remind everybody that I am an old man. Okay, and my birthday's coming up too, actually. Okay, we're talking about the weather, everybody. Let's do it. The weather today, where did the image go? You guys, I had it ready to go. Oh no. All right, well, I'm gonna talk about it. Okay, August 12th will still be a very warm and humid, but temperatures should be slightly lower today with more clouds and possibly some passing rain. Possible, okay? Daejeong and the west side expect temperatures around 24 to 25 degrees early this morning, climbing to around 29 to 30 degrees this afternoon. Skies will be mostly cloudy and a brief shower is possible during the day. It will also be breezier than usual, especially near the coast. Jeju City morning temperatures, we're talking north, okay, will sit around 25 degrees. Wow, with an afternoon high of about 30 degrees. I don't know about you guys, but it does feel cool. I've been here all summer. I know a lot of JEC folks, they've been abroad, and then they come back and they're like, whoa, Jeju's so hot. I'm like, you were not here like 2 weeks ago. It was worse, okay? So I actually personally feel it's cooling down, okay? It's, we're talking about, last week we were talking about highs of mid to high 30s. Now we're talking about the high of 30, right? Sitting around 25 degrees. Okay, so Jeju City, expect plenty of cloud cover with occasional light rain possible. Even with the slightly lower temperature, the humidity will still make it feel close to 30 degrees or higher. So the humidity will make it feel hot, especially Jeju City. It feels hot up there. Now we're going down south to Seoubong. Expect a low of around 25 degrees and a high near 30 degrees. It will remain humid with mostly cloudy skies, and there may be some passing showers through the. Okay, again, this is a maybe. It's a hit or miss chance for showers. Seongsan and the east, we're talking about East Coast. The east will be one of the slightly cooler parts of the island today, starting near 24 degrees and reaching around 29 degrees this afternoon. Expect cloudy skies and breezy easterly winds with a chance of rain at times. So overall, still warm and muggy, but not as quite as brutally hot as it was for the past several days. Clouds and occasional rain should provide at least a little relief, although the humidity will remain high. And if you're heading to the coast today, watch out for strong winds and large swells, particularly along the exposed shorelines. Okay, so your Gecko weather tip: don't let the extra clouds fool you. It's still going to be hot and humid enough for a heat-related illness, which has to do with our question of the day a little bit, okay? So keep drinking that water, chugging that water, get those electrolytes, and take regular breaks, and also stay in the shade if you can, or the air conditioning, okay? All right. We're going to be back with our answer the question today after this next song here. But once again, here it is, okay? From which animal did the term drone originate from? We already have a lot of answers in the chat, which is fantastic. We love that. We love interaction, okay? So yes, which animal did the term drone originate from? And I got my drone right here. Is it the spider, the bat, the honeybee, or the sheep? Okay. Next song is We Love These Guys. This is Bulgogi Disco with Be With You.
Don't wanna stop again. You're saying running away on the highway. Two-way street's the only way to get out from the crossway. All signal has a breakdown. That means just pass over and it's red. Said you're in the bottom of my hand, no matter how much you run away. You're in the bottom around his thread. He said, you're in the bottom of my hand, no matter how much you run away. You're in the bottom of your hand. Don't wanna stop it. You're in the bottom of my hand, no matter how much you run away.
Be with you, just wanna be with you. Me and you, meant to be me and you. Be with you, you gotta want me to. Me and you, nothing but me and you. Be with you, just wanna be with you. Me and you, meant to be me and you.
For that Jeju morning alternative, tune in to Gecko Radio, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. all week, baby. That's right, Monday through Friday, all week. Hello, Ben. How you doing today? Also, thanks for giving us the AWOL update, Ben. They say best weather today, not too hot, not too cold, just right. Let's just hope this weather persists until Stepping Stone. Oh yeah, this weekend, the 2026 Stepping Stone Festival. We're going to talk a little bit about it at the end of the episode today. Yes, okay, guys, it is time for the answer to the question of the day. From which animal, okay, did the term drone originate from? Is it spider, bat, honeybee, and sheep? And I think pretty much anyone who answered, even Chrissy, thanks so much, Sherry, Ben, okay, I think you all said honeybee. Ding, ding, ding. The answer is honeybee. Biz, baz, biz, biz, biz. Yes, it is the honeybee. Congratulations. Okay. So, but I kind of found this interesting. Let's talk about the actual how the term drone came about. Okay, so yes, it does come from the honeybee, particularly the male bee or the hornet, the non-sting, and the male bee actually doesn't sting or make honey. They just do one purpose. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so yes, and it's Proto-Germanic drano. Okay, so that actually is from Old English. All right, and that comes from the male honeybee. All right, now male honeybees do not sting or make honey, like I said, and that led to the 16th century meaning for somebody who's lazy, right? So it's just for somebody who doesn't do anything, okay? But male honeybees, they do something, pretty much one thing. All right. Now, when we're talking about the actual drone sound, like the zzz, that comes from around 1500. The continuous low buzz of a male bee led to drone, being used as a verb or a noun for a dull, monotonous humming noise. Okay, so the sound was associated with drone, this male honeybee. But then, how did it turn into this? How did drone go from male honeybee to this thing right here? All right, so this is kind of fun. All right, little history lesson for you guys. Okay, I found the image online. Boop, here it is. Whoa, that's too huge, Mark. Too excited. Got to bring it down. Got to bring it down, PD. Sorry, boss. That's okay. Next time you do it, you're fired. Just kidding, because that's me. All right. Yes, so take a look at this aircraft. This is called the DH-82 Queen Bee. In 1935, the British Royal Navy used this as a remote-controlled target aircraft for military exercises. So this is a literal drone, okay? In 1935, which is actually insane to have that kind of technology, right? So this was a pilotless craft used as a target practice in military exercises, okay? Now, how did this turn into this was called the Queen Bee, but how did that shift from Queen Bee to drone? Well, because these target planes made a loud buzzing noise and were meant to give their lives during practice, the military personnel began calling them drones, alluding to the male bee and a play on the bee moniker. Okay, then in modern adoption, how did that switch over into modern terminology? The term stuck in official military jargon by 1946 and then just eventually transitioned to describe today's consumer and commercial unmanned aerial vehicles. So there you go. That is your history lesson of how the term drone came about. Yes, I knew it came from the male honeybee or the male hornet, but I didn't know this whole military aircraft thing. But it makes total sense because yes, we have military drones today, which are also unmanned flying devices. Now, why are we talking about drones? Okay, the answer is this, and I totally lost my place here. Is this boop right here? All right. In Jeju, all right, drones are now being used to help protect older folks, especially older farmers working alone in the extreme heat. And you can see here that this is a drone pilot, using a console out of the side of a vehicle. Very interesting, okay? The Jeju Autonomous Police say that through the end of August, they'll be operating drone patrols over mid-mountain farming areas. Yes, some of these farms, if you aren't familiar with Jeju, if you go hiking, there's farms in like the middle of the mountain with nobody around. It's really kind of eerie in a way. All right. So these drones, they kind of monitor these kind of farms along with mobile cooling shelters and patrol vehicles. So if a drone spots an older farmer working alone or someone who appears standing still for too long, stumbling or collapsing, then the officers can head to the scene right away and check on them. That's especially important right now because this summer's heat has been severe. As of August 5th, Jeju has reported 57 heat-related illness cases and 1 death, and many of those cases happened outdoors, especially in fields and work sites. And if you are just a farmer alone in the field, you're not going to dial 119 because you're the one who's in trouble, right? You're the one who's collapsed or is unconscious or is suffering from heat exhaustion or worse, heat stroke. So today's word of the day may have started with the male honeybee, but here in Jeju, drone is also being used as a real tool for safety. Yes, we talked about how one drone was used to deliver medication from main Jeju to Gapado as well. So yes, they're using drones in very helpful ways, which is good, right? Hey, Max, how you doing? Hello, good morning, Max. Good to see you, buddy. He's up, he's awake. Good to see you. We're talking about drones. All right. Speaking of, that was a really cool local news story. And speaking of local news, I think we're gonna have to jump right into the news. So let's do that right now.
This just in. Jeju Morning News Briefing.
Okay, this first one is having to do with dolphins, but actually concerns, okay? Concerns are growing over dolphin watching boats operating too close to Jeju's endangered Indo-Pacific bottlenose dolphins. According to Yonhap News, a new study from Jeju National University found that many tourism vessels are not properly following government dolphin watching guidelines. Well, if you make these rules, you gotta enforce them. I'm sorry, but that's what you gotta do. You can make a billion rules, but if you don't enforce them, nobody's gonna follow them. There's my 2 cents that I scream into the microphone. Apologies, guys. Researchers used drones and underwater microphones to track nearly 190 vessel movements and more than 470 dolphin surfacings off of Jeju last year. Under current rules, boats entering within 300 meters of a dolphin group were supposed to stop their engines, while vessels are prohibited from approaching within 50 meters. But researchers found that the 300-meter engine stop rule was widely ignored across all types of vessels. So they're given the rule, but they don't follow them. Well, they're going to keep breaking them if you don't do anything. Sorry. Some boats came dangerously close. Among fishing boats, Among fishing boats offering dolphin tours, about 15% approach within 50 meters. Smaller and larger tour boats also violated the rule in roughly 4% observed cases. Researchers are also concerned about underwater noise. Some vessels produce noise that at frequencies overlapping the dolphins' whistles, the sounds they use to communicate with one another. Dr. Kim Chang-soo of the Jeju National University says the sound is essential for dolphins to communicate. That's called echolocation, understand their surroundings, find food, and hunt. I don't know about you, but if you are underwater and if you hear a boat, it sounds like it's right next to you because sound carries much faster and much more intensely because of the dense little molecules next to each other, okay? The research says that Jeju needs stronger monitor enforcement. Ding dong ding, correct. That's what I just said, as well as possible noise standards for dolphin tour vessels to make dolphin watching tourism more sustainable. I'm gonna straight up say it, okay? I'm gonna die in this hill. I do not support dolphin tourism in Jeju. I support you safely looking from the shore, but if you're out in one of these boats, no, I'm not a fan. Straight up, I'm just going to say it, okay? The current viewing guidelines were introduced by the Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries in 2023, but researchers say there is still no effective administrative system to make sure operators actually follow them. So yes, they're breaking a bunch of rules, but if you don't enforce the rules, like, why even have them? Seriously, okay? All right, the same goes on for a lot of traffic rules and violations that happen on the lane, but that's another thing coming. Okay, moving on to Jeju news. The province is launching a major survey into the working and living conditions of foreign workers on the island. According to Jaemin Daily, Jeju province says it will survey around 350 foreign workers holding E9 non-professional employment visas with the goal of better understanding the challenges they face at work in everyday life. The number of E9 workers in Jeju has risen sharply. As of the end of May, there were around 3,800 workers, up nearly 85% from 2022. Fishing employees, the largest share, with around nearly 1,500 workers, followed by agriculture and other workers like that. The survey will look into issues including employment contracts, wage payments, working and break hours, workplace accidents, safety training, and human rights and living conditions. Yes. Okay, and this final story here, just looking at the chat here, yes, Ben says already endangered creatures, less protection should never go together. Plus, boats' motors are much stronger than you think. If you don't go by the rules, there's a chance, yes, could get sucked in. If they get their fins, absolutely agreed, 100%. Okay, all right, moving on. This is useful news for those of us on the west side. This is according to Hala Daily. A long-awaited public-private cooperative pharmacy opens today in Daejeong, right next to the Seoubong Public Cooperative Clinic near Daejeong High School. Okay, the pharmacy has been ready for years, but its opening was repeatedly delayed because the city couldn't find an operator. Okay, so it's got the building, it's been there, but nobody wanted to run it. Until now, patients using the clinic often had to travel elsewhere just to fill their prescriptions. Starting today, the pharmacy will be open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on weekdays and 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. on weekends and public holidays, with one weekday off each week. So for Daejeong and Hamdeok residents, especially anyone needing medical care on weekends or holidays, this should make make it more convenient for you guys. So yes, very nice, brand new. Well, the pharmacy building has been there, but now it's in operation. Very nice. Okay, near Daejeong High School. Cool. All right, guys. Let's get into it. We're going to do another song break, okay? And then we're going to get into what's going down in the GEC. We are going to do this. This is an amazing band. They feature two Korean artists, but they are based out of Australia, which is super awesome. Really happy to have them on. So they are our only, so far, only official international band on Gecko Radio. This is Bridge Dog with Standard Issue, and it is a live studio recording.
Something new, couldn't figure it out, so it's back to the house.
It's a beautiful day in the GEC, the global edu city. What's going on? What's going down? That's NLCS or SJA or KIS or BHA. What's going on? What's happening? What's going down in the GEC? All right, now it's time for what's going down within the GEC, and quite a serious image we have up here. A quick but an important local safety note this morning, okay? 7 people were injured in a collision on a road near Osoluk area, that's the green tea fields, and Global Education City earlier this week. According to News 1, on Monday afternoon, a car and an SUV collided on a road near the English Education City 1 intersection close to the Osoluk area. All 7 people in both vehicles were injured, and one man in his 20s suffered serious injuries. Police are still investigating exactly what caused the crash. The accident itself was not at that roundabout, but it is a good reminder. There's a big roundabout there, which is also super hazardous, okay? If you've driven around that roundabout near Osoluk, you know what I'm talking about. It's a good reminder to be extra careful around this whole area. The nearby Osoluk roundabout, yes, is especially tricky with a lot of tourist traffic and a lot of folks who, I'm going to say it, don't know how to use roundabouts, okay? Roundabouts, if you are within the roundabout, you have the right of way, okay? So if there's a car in the roundabout, you have to yield to that car in the roundabout, all right? And also, if you are in the roundabout, you do not stop if there's a car trying to come in. You have the right of way. This is not an intersection. This is a roundabout, okay? So I feel like we need to make like a little like driving lesson 101 about roundabouts, because Jeju has so many roundabouts, and for quite frankly, a lot of people don't know how to use them properly, okay? All right? I'll say it. All right. I'm doing a lot of tangents today. First with dolphin tourism and then folks using roundabouts improperly. Okay. So yes, when you're in around Osoluk, slow down. There's no traffic lights there, and there's a lot of folks, tourists walking on the roads, and that is a multi-laned highway as well with the roundabout. You have to be you have to really be a defensive driver in that case when you're in that area. If you know the GEC, you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Watch out for sudden lane changes, people who don't use their turn signal, Okay, I'm done. All right, it's a busy area. We'll just say that, okay? So just be careful. Let's just be thankful that these folks in this crash, even though it was not at the roundabout, they are alive, okay? Although, albeit one is in had serious injuries. But yes, do be careful out there, okay? Moving on, our next GEC story is... let's see. It's about a 4-month student collaboration project connecting Jeju local high schools and international schools in a global education city. The 2026 Global Project, run by the Global Education Center, wrapped up last Friday with 16 students taking part, 11 from Jeju high schools and 5 from GC international schools. Students work together on locally rooted issues with a global perspective, sharing ideas, meeting local experts, and developing projects they could continue or expand beyond the program. The center also measured students' global competency before and after the program and reported that the average improvement of nearly 12%, especially strong gains in what it calls a global mindset. So it's a nice example of local and international students really collabing and working together, and not just studying alongside each other or being like, competitors or rivals or anything like that. ICG in the house. What's up, man? Good to see you, brother. All right, moving on. We're talking about hockey. All right. The Bears, okay, we're talking about BHA Bears are getting ready to hit the ice for a brand new hockey season. Bears hockey recently welcomed families for a special parent session, including the new coaches and coaching team, and sharing important information about the season ahead. The next big step is the Bears hockey team tryouts, taking place from, good old tryouts, man. Wow, that brings me back. Taking place from August 18th through 21st. Registration is through Schools Buddy, and it's called Schools Buddy, and the sign-up window is open from August 11th, which was yesterday, at 5 p.m. until August 14th, which is Friday, at 5 p.m. And for students joining the regular program, Term 1 Hockey ASA begins August 24th. All right, so hockey in the summer, baby. So BHA Bear families, make sure you get those registrations in on time. You got until Friday, 5 p.m. I'm looking at the script. Good luck to anyone trying out for the team. Yes, here's another exciting season on the ice. Okay, so yes. Welcome, ICG. Good to see you. Okay, so this next song, well, we're gonna get into Jeju Gems for our next segment, but this next song, okay, we want to have a very warm welcome for another Jeju local band, very young band, like literally young, not just young figuratively because they're young as a band, which they are, but also they are young themselves. We had to meet them several times. They're really great. They are embedded in the rock scene, in the indie rock scene, and they just came out with the first music single, official single ever. Okay, it's called Sumyeon. And we just want to be super supportive and super happy that they're joining us. And also, we are going to feature them on tomorrow's artist spotlight as well. Yes, this is Blazer Pineapple Sumyeon. We are really happy to have them finally officially on Gecko Radio. Let's give them support. Let's play that video, and then we're gonna get into Jeju Gems afterwards. Blazer Pineapple Sumyeon.
눈을 감고 수면 위로 떠오를 때면 물에 비친 내 모습을 품을 수 있어 물 위에 피어난 상처의 흔적들도 깊게 잠겨버린 안식들도 끝없어 보였던 내 안의 바닷속에 닿지 못할 내 진심도
준비
이 수면만 계속 우린 결국 모든 걸 사랑하기는 어렵지만 나는 사랑할래
Jeju Gems.
All right, welcome back to Jeju Gems. And that was Blazer Pineapple for the first time ever on Gecko Radio, Sumyeon. And it was totally not planned. Didn't even think about it because I haven't seen the music video, but they heavily feature today's Jeju Gem. It is Hamdeok Beach. Yes. Now, I know what you're thinking. If you are living here, I know ICG and some of us have been living here for a while. Like, we may roll our eyes. Hamdeok Beach. That's one of the most popular things. I get it. Okay. But we have to remember that Gecko Radio is also, it's made for GC teachers who just arrived to Jeju for the first time. And also, I don't know, it's good to get a little refresher. You know what I mean? Of Hamdeok Beach. You know what I'm talking about? So yes, let's talk about Hamdeok Beach also because it's very relevant to a major event that Ben alluded to in the chat earlier. Okay, 10,000 cool points. Whoever knows what Ben was talking about, except for Ben, you're the one who said it. Okay, so yes, Jeju Gems, Hamdeok Beach, Seoubong Beach, and a magical summer on the north coast. Yep. Okay, so it is a little bit farther from home. If you're in the GEC, Hamdeok Beach, yes, it can feel far and also it can feel very familiar, but if you're new to the island, it's good to learn about it, okay? If you're looking at more than an hour in the car, yes, and I know plenty of people on the west side, they simply just don't go there. They, it's just like, no, too far, not gonna go. I totally get it. But Hamdeok is it's the Jeju Superstar Beach. It's pretty much on everybody, like a lot of, and we've talked about it. A lot of Jeju-based bands, whenever they do their music videos, Hamdeok Beach is heavily featured. I mean, it's heavily featured for a reason. It's one of the most famous beaches on the island. Okay, but it's yes, Hamdeok is one of Jeju's absolute superstar beaches. In fact, it was ranked as the island's most searched beach destination tourism in tourism navigation data, and it's easy to understand why. I have the map up. I don't know where that went. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Boop. Okay, bring it down, PD. Got it, boss. Boop. Here's the map. All right. Why don't we blow it up a little bit? Boop. There we go. See, so we, GEC, we're down in the southwest, so that is pretty much the exact opposite. Plus, you got that big fat thing in the middle of the island called Halasan, so you can't just drive, you can't do a straight line straight through, right? Okay, so it's going to take you a while to get there. But yes, according to data, it's the most searched beach destination, and it's easy to understand why. White sand, ridiculously clear emerald water, and that unmistakable view of Seoubong rising right beside the beach. And it was also in the music video as well, in the background, okay? And we got the image of Seoubong. Okay, I'm going to leave the map up just for you guys, okay? I'm going to leave that in the corner, and I'll make that a little bit bigger so you guys can see there. Okay, don't cover my mouth, though. There. All right. And then we have, yep, there's the peak right there, right in the background. That was also in the music video. Now, there is one problem. Yep, it's super busy. Summer is ridiculously busy. Good luck finding parking for real, okay? The main beach is packed. Parking can be a pain, and sometimes you arrive thinking, I came all this way to relax. Yeah, if you're not a people person, you know, maybe it's best to avoid Hamdeok. Okay, we're not doing a really good job promoting here. All right, but we're speaking the truth. We're honest on Gecko Radio. Okay, now, here's the thing. We actually kind of want to steer you away from the busiest part of Hamdeok. Okay, we want to take you toward the smaller second beach over by Seoubong, and here it is. Here, right here, okay? Right beside, I had that image up right there. This is kind of like a small bay beach area. And it's kind of has this new nickname, this new moniker. It's called Hamdeok Beach. Yup, and we got t-shirts to show it. Here they are, boop, right there. Hamdeok Beach. Now, why would they be called Hamdeok Beach? Because Hamdeok became Jeju's first beach where dogs could officially swim with their owners in 2025, and the designated area by Seoubong is operating again during the 2026 swimming season. And yes, we covered it when I was a reporter for a different station, and here we are with one of our dogs right here. And this is when we were talking about the opening of the Hamdeok Beach. In Korea, rules for pets at public beaches can vary, and they can be a little bit hazy from one beach to another. Many regular public beaches, they do allow dogs to walk on the sand, but do not allow them to enter the water officially, okay, depending on local government regulations and complaints or concerns from other beach users. And honestly, it's a great little beach before you add the dogs. But here they have, right? The water is relatively shallow and gentle, which makes it especially nice for dogs that aren't experienced swimmers. And beyond, our dog hates swimming, by the way. None of our dogs really they enjoy digging in the sand. They love digging in the wet sand, but they don't like swimming in the water, okay? They also have like big double coats, so maybe that's probably part of the reason. And behind the beach, there's plenty of open space for a walk afterward. Real talk though, it's just about parking. You know, it's no different from any other part of Hamdeok. You got to find parking. Good luck, okay? Now here's a cute little video of us walking Mila around. Wow, she looks so different. She's much more fluffy now. I think this is straight after she had to get her vaccines and medications. So she, this is when she lost a bit of fur. So she's much fluffier now, but she's having a good time. She's having a good time up there. A few rules if you are bringing your pup. Your dog needs to be registered. It's a 1 person per dog, and dogs must remain on a leash at least 1.5 meters or shorter. So no leashless dogs, okay? Including around the swimming area, and of course, bring your bags and clean up after. We're talking poop bags. Bring your own poop bags, okay? All right? If you're a dog owner, that's your responsibility. Got to clean up the poop, man. Okay. But even if you don't have a dog, keep walking because right beside the beach is one of our favorite little climbs, and that's Seoubong. And it isn't a huge hike. You can take your time walking through the trails as you gain a little elevation. Hamdeok starts opening up beneath you, and then you turn around, and wow, look at that. Yes, sunflowers, okay? The turquoise shallows, the white sand, and wrapping on the coastline. Prettiest views on the island, one of them, okay? And during the summer, yep, you can see all these sunflower fields, which is super nice. Yeah, you should probably go now. I have sunflowers in my yard, and they're already starting to not germinate. What's the word I'm looking for? They're starting to like get their seeds. So they lost all their petals, and they kind of just have this big dinner plate size seed thing going on. Not as pretty. So if you want to catch the sunflowers, you better go pretty soon, okay? All right, then. All right, the reason why we're also talking about Hamdeok is because Ben alluded to it is here. Yup, that's right. The 2026 Stepping Stone Festival. Nope, that's the word of the day. That's not it, PD. Where'd it go? I had another. Here we go. Boop. Okay. There we go. Bring it over, PD. Got it. All right. Yes, the 2026 Stepping Stone Festival is back. It's happening Friday and Saturday, August 14th and 15th, right at Hamdeok Beach. And this is the big one. The 20th Stepping Stone Festival, returning after last year's event was canceled. You got Jeju bands, including South Carnival, Swell City, and Wednesday Off. Play all of them on Gekka Radio, alongside artists from around Korea. 15 acts altogether. It's a 2-day event, everything from indie and rock to ska and other sounds. And people have asked us, is it really worth driving all the way from the GEC to Hamdeok for Stepping Stone? Yes, it's been worth it. It's been worth it, okay? There's something really special about the summer evening at Hamdeok, sitting out and just it's kind of like the closer of summer, you know what I mean? This is kind of the beginning of the end of summer, and it's the last big hurrah before things get cooled down for the fall in the winter. And don't make it a rush day if you don't have to. Get a place nearby. Stay in Hamdeok or somewhere in Jocheon. Go swimming. Walk up Seoubong. Check out the sunflowers. Have dinner. Yeah. Okay. Now, one important thing, and we've talked about this before, for the first time, Stepping Stone is a ticketed festival. Advance tickets are 15,000 won for a 1-day ticket, but you will receive a 10,000 won back in local currency to spend locally. So the system is deliberately designed, to put some of that money back into the surrounding community. Advance ticking is through the To the Moon platform. And we know, particularly for expats, navigating Korean ticketing platform can sometimes be an adventure on its own. It ain't easy, okay? So here's another option. You can buy a ticket on site for 10,000 won with sales beginning before the performances, but the on-site ticket does not include the local currency payback benefit that comes with advanced booking. So yes, also if you're driving up for the festival, you do have to take into account, it's hard enough for parking, so I can imagine the insanity that will be the parking situation this weekend. So if you're going to the festival, go to the festival. But if you want to check out Hamdeok, maybe, I don't know. if you're super into like a ton of people, go for it. I'm actually an extrovert, so I don't mind it. But other folks, yeah, nothing against them. Other folks, you get away from it. You come to Jeju to get away from this madness. So maybe you can sit this weekend out and go next week after things settle down. Okay. All right, you guys. There we go. That is our Jeju Gems. I know it is a well-known one, but yeah, good reminder of Hamdeok Beach and also Hamdog Beach. Some of the rules there that you can learn about when it comes to having your dog at the special designated beach. Got a couple. Oh, yeah, it's 8 o'clock. So I'll tell you what. Let's do quickly the Jeju word of the day.
The Jeju word of the day. Yeah.
Okay. Today's word is gendi, and I moved it over here, bring it over. Gendi, almost like kendi, but like gendi, okay? The Korean word is 그런데, okay, which in English it means but or however or by the way or though, depending on the sentence, the context. This is a really useful word once because you drop it naturally into everyday conversation, gendi, whenever you want to change the direction or add a little contrast. Just a tiny little Jeju word there that actually helps you, with your lexicon in the flow of your Jeju dialect. We're giving you like little bits and bits of Jeju vocab and phonetic and grammar. So there you go, gendi. There you go. All right, you guys. Thank you for staying with us until the end of today. That wraps up our Wednesday show. And a big thank you to all the amazing musicians who take on, who are a part of Gecko Radio and who have generously allowed us to use their libraries on the show. Tomorrow's the Thursday segment. And we already talked about it. We're going to cover Blazer Pineapple because they just dropped their single and they're super awesome, as Ben already said. Okay, with that said, the show is produced by me, Marcos and Che, with JY Choi as the writer. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow, 7 a.m. We're going to finish with a super local artist. He is a staff. He's the music director at St. Johnsbury Academy, Jeju, in the GEC, in the elementary school. And he's a good friend of ours, too. And he's actually, I think he might be officially the very first song we've ever played on Gecko Radio way back several months, like 4, almost 5 months ago, okay? So let's close things out with Matthew Smith, Back to Me, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, 7 a.m. See you guys. See you then. Bye.
You said your goodbyes and you walked away. I said I'd respect it anyways. I'll be just fine until you call again, finding your way back to me. So here we go, 'cause here's round 2. Place your bets. Who will win? 'Cause I don't want this fight. No, not here, not now, not tonight. What's the point? You said your goodbyes and you walked away. I said I'd respect it anyways. I'll be just fine until you call again, finding your way back to me. 'Cause I poured out my heart to me. Said your goodbyes and you walked away. I said I'd respect it anyways. I'll be just fine.